Are you thinking about moving to Huntingtown, Maryland? Make sure you watch this video for all the pros and cons before you do. Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Rob Scout and I'm with eXp Realty in Southern Maryland. And if this is your first time on our channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, you click the little bell so you're notified every single time we put out new content about living in Southern Maryland. Honestly, we love helping people move here. So if that's something you're looking to do, make sure you use that contact information below. And also, if you scroll down to the comments, you're going to see a link down there where you can click on my calendar and actually schedule a Zoom meeting with me to talk about your needs when moving to Southern Maryland. So don't miss out on that opportunity as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started today. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about Huntingtown, Maryland. So Huntingtown, Maryland is in kind of central Calvert County, which makes it a really convenient place to live because it's close to Prince Frederick, it's close to Dunkirk, it's close to Annapolis, it's close to DC. Now, loosely, Huntingtown is kind of defined as the northern part's Lower Marlboro Road, the southern part is Bueller Road, and then it's the east side is the Chesapeake Bay, and the west side is the Patuxent River. So that kind of area that you can see on there on the map right now is that loosely kind of affiliated Huntingtown area. There may be some houses that are along the edges that fall outside of Huntingtown, but for the most part, those are the areas that Huntingtown include. Now, Huntingtown's pretty unique. It's a smaller kind of population center with larger homes and larger lots. On average, it's 4 beds and 3.5 baths with about 2,500 square feet-ish, and the average sold price in 2021 was $581,000. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the pros and cons. And let's start with the pros. My first pro, and a lot of people live in Huntingtown because of this, is it's a small, close-knit community. So Huntingtown has a lot of that kind of rural feel, and a lot of the people that live there want to keep it that way. So one of the ways that they kind of do is they keep those lot sizes big, they keep the houses bigger too, and there's not any townhomes or apartments or anything like that in Huntingtown. So it really is kind of a single family home haven where there's not much other housing opportunities there. So that can be a big pro for someone that's looking for that kind of situation. Now, another pro of Huntingtown is the fact that it's under an hour commute to DC from Huntingtown. It's about 58 minutes and you can see it on the screen right now. But it's not too bad of a commute if you're looking to work in DC or work in the area surrounding DC and kind of live outside of it. You're definitely in a more of a suburban feel when you live in Huntingtown. So if you're working in DC and you don't want to be in that city life, if you don't want to be in that more built up area with smaller lots and multifamily housing, then coming down to Huntingtown probably is going to be a really good fit for you. Another pro, like I said, is on average the houses are larger, the lots are larger. There's a lot of homes with different amenities like pools and stuff like that on the outside. So a lot of people that want to spread out and want those amenities at their house and want to be kind of homebound when they don't have much to do really love Huntingtown for that reason. With Huntingtown being outside of DC but still close to DC, there are options to grab the metro buses to get up there. So that's a pro to me because you wouldn't have to drive there every single day. You could actually ride share or get on a metro bus and save yourself a drive, maybe do some work on your way up there or even take a nap while you're going up to work. A lot of people do take advantage of that, but some people really like having their car, so they still drive. And so another pro of Huntingtown is not only are you close to DC and even the Annapolis region, you're close to some of those areas in Calvert County and even St. Mary's County that you would really want to be like. So Solomon's Island is not too far away from Huntingtown, and Prince Frederick and other areas, Dunkirk, are all pretty close within that area of Huntingtown. It's kind of a centrally located area of Calvert County. You're not too close to DC, you're not too far from DC. It's kind of that perfect compromise of all those different areas. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the cons. Now, what I think is a con is different than what other people think of are cons, but one of the biggest cons I see a lot of people talk about is the lack of shopping around there. But at the same time, you probably move to Huntingtown for that kind of suburban feel, for that little bit of a rural feel. So you're expecting there not to be much shopping around. For the most part, you're going to have to travel, 15, 20, 30 minutes to go and do some of your outside necessity shoppings, Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff like that. But the trade-off is that you're in an area that doesn't have all that traffic and doesn't have all that kind of built-up feel around it. Another con is you're in a smaller town, so there's not a whole bunch of choices of things to do. A lot of it's focused on outdoor activity, but there's not a whole bunch of things to keep you entertained, outside of doing those outdoor small town kind of stuff. But that being said, if you leave Huntingtown and you go outside to DC or you go up to Annapolis, which isn't that far away, there is a plethora of things to do. So you can go and visit these areas from the convenient place that you are in Huntingtown. My last con would definitely be that they're only single family homes really in Huntingtown, and that drives up the prices of owning in Huntingtown. So you're not going to find townhomes or apartments. You're going to be kind of not stuck, but you're going to have to choose from different single family homes. And that's why that price point is so much higher than other areas around it. In fact, the average house in Calvert County is around $400,000. And like I said before, the average house last year in Huntingtown sold for $581,000. So there's a big, huge price difference between those, but you're paying for the bigger house, you're paying for the more land. So it is a con that there's not more housing options, but you're also getting a lot for your money, especially when you're talking about living in DC or living in the suburbs of DC, where a house that size with a lot that size would be way more than what you're seeing in Huntingtown, and probably a little more crowded too. All right, so those are my pros and cons about moving to Huntingtown. If you have any questions or need any help, use that contact information below or scroll down to the comments and click on my link to schedule a meeting with me through my Calendly. And if you haven't yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every time we put out new content.